In this part, we are going to reflect about how do we learn according to the learning styles. And the situation is this. According to Fleming, we are visual, oral, read and write, and kinetic. But as well, there are another information when Cobb, Garner, and so on says that we are actives, reflexives, experimental, and theoretics. This means that we have a huge spectrum of learning styles. Our learning process is different from person to person because of each one personal learning style profile. And we teachers should adjust our teaching process according to the learning styles of our students. Let us see more about this. We say that the evolution of the learning styles profile is a fact, and it's according to the life of cycle, according to the moment of the learning cycle, and according to the subject of studying. This means that the learning style is not static and the learning styles evolves in depending on the moment of the learning process we are. Learning styles profile are very different. Interpersonal, intrapersonal, kinetic, musical, verbal, logical, naturalist, and so on. And what we have to say is that learning styles profile are very complex as they change from person to person, and as well in the same person these are adjusted according to the age, the level of knowledge on a certain content, and the profile of the contents to be learned. So this is very important for the effective quality of the teaching and the learning. And from what we have said, the question is, are there in fact 16 different learning profiles, learning style profiles? No, in fact, there are some learning styles more related with the capturing moment and some other when we transfer from the short-term to long-term memory and in the reflexive moment. So we have more adjusted to the reception and more adjusted to the reflection. And as teachers, we should identify our student learning styles and prepare our contents, presentations, and organize our studying groups according to their learning styles profile. As well, the formative assessment should be adjusted to the learning styles. Okay, and about capturing information. What are the requirements? Aspects of the learning styles in the learning process. Capturing. We know that the capturing, we are not captured from the same quantity in the different aspects. We capture 10%, up till 10% of what they are reading, up till 20% of we are listening, and up till 20% of what we are seeing. But this is not a rigid law, because it depends according to the learning styles and as adjustments according to it. But the importance of multi-channel communication and the learning process we understand up till this information. And this is under the responsibility of the teacher, which is behaviorism, when teacher is presenting the contents. And this is a very important limitation. It means that a student cannot capture all the information for the first time he is under the presentation of contents. It means that there is a barrier of 50-50 maximum of capacity of capturing information, and after should be a reflection process. Personal and interpersonal interactivity are very important for memorizing, understanding, and relating the registered contents. But after that, we have a second step. This is under the responsibility mainly of the student, which is constructivism. And we, under reflection and iteration and repetition, we integrate all the information in the long-term memory. We are retaining up to 80% of what we say, 90% of what we study and debate, and these are very important ingredients for the effective process of learning and studying. But do our students really know all about this? It's important that we inform them, we teach them to do all these methods to know. But another important thing is when we are talking about how we learn, we should define who the learner is and what is the subject of learning. So, how do we learn? In the behaviorist moment, the learner's work. The learner's work, we have identified 8 rules to be a good learner. Stop thinking about other things while you are in the class. Focus on the presenter, in the slides, and all other materials. Pay attention and to any non-verbal communication. Ignore our students. Forget mobile phones and all other distraction factors. Take your notes. Write what you did not understand. Be mindful and selective attention. Think and write 3 questions about each item immediately after you finish to receive information. But it's not all. How do we understand and memorize? How do we go from receiving information to build our own knowledge and information? To increase knowledge and understand, it is necessary reflection, it is necessary interactivity, and students to contents, interpersonal interactivity, student to student, and student to teacher. All of these aspects are very important. And formative assessment. Formative assessment is the responsibility of the teacher to implement this process and to increase enormously the quality of receiving information and integrate it. But rules to be a good learner, which are they? Let's talk a little bit more about that. How do we learn from short-term memory to permanent memory, which is the constructivist approach we have mentioned before? Okay, let's have a look about the rules. We have identified 16 rules. Be concentrated on the topic you will study and ignore everything around you. Organize the contents by topic. Make a table of contents. Make a mental analysis, recalling and describing the contents received. Do not underline topics underlined before. Focus on other contents. Write a summary of each topic. Take notes about your doubts and clarify it with your teachers and colleagues. Try to understand a content in detail before doing exercises. But another 8 rules are important. Write questions on each topic and discuss with your study group. Make more. Avoid transforming study group sessions into live meetings. This is an important to be taken in attention. Present the contents to your mates or to yourself loudly. Simulate being a teacher. Avoid the big study marathons. Start studying long before each exam or each test. Do not believe you know everything only by knowing high-level concepts, superficial concepts. Assess yourself and let yourself be assessed. Formative assessment is what this means. And take 10 minutes break in long sessions. If you are more than 1 hour or more than a half hour, make breaks for your brain relax and can recuperate. Sleep well and let your brain recover to receive more information and to memorize and understand. And these are the basics for your studying.